Number 10.
I'm going to put Kansas City in. Listen, they've won 6 straight, and their turnover differential is obscene in this 6-game winning streak, plus 15. That doesn't even sound right. And Alex Smith hasn't thrown a pick in over 300 passes. And I love Andy Reid. I think he's really an underrated coach. I think he's a borderline Hall of Fame coach. You know, the limitation, though, in Kansas City is you're going to be playing now outdoors in the next month. And Alex Smith, with that arm, I think it's a limitation. So they're in my top 10. And I predicted they'd be a very good second-half team. And they may win a playoff game, but I think there's limitations. Casey at 10.
Number 9.
I think Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers, they've gone 2-4 since starting 6-0, and it's primarily thanks for the Hail Mary. It was wonderful, but you probably should have lost that game. Aaron Rodgers, 6 straight starts without a passer rating of 100, and Andy Dalton has the best passer rating. What does that tell you? You think Andy Dalton's better than Aaron Rodgers? No, it tells you that Andy Dalton has protection and weapons, and Aaron Rodgers has neither. That offensive line is not good enough to win the Super Bowl. Against Arizona? Against Carolina? Against Seattle? You can't win a Super Bowl with that offensive line. You got to be out of your mind. So I have the Packers at 9.
Number 8.
This will be my strange pick. It's the Colts. I know they're bad. They're the only team in the herd hierarchy, 500 or worse. But they're in a weak division, and they are one player away who's coming back in a couple of weeks. They have tremendous corners. They have no pass rush, so they can't win the Super Bowl. They just have no pass rush. You cannot win a Super Bowl in the same conference with Tom Brady and Big Ben and without a pass rush, and they don't. But when they return, they're good at corner, and they will be able to win the last few games. I mean, they're winning with a backup. That tells you about their division. And I will say this. Their personnel's not great. It's not great, but there are spots I like it. They have deep threats. They throw the ball vertically very, very well when Andrew Luck returns. Colts at 8.
Number 7.
Steelers are better than the Colts. They're not that much better. That was an ugly loss for the Colts. I like the Steelers for a couple of reasons. Their losses, 7 to the Patriots, 6 to the Bengals. They can go toe-to-toe. Now, they make too many mistakes in crisis for me, so I can't trust them in Foxborough. But their offense has scored 30-plus points in 3 of their last 4 games and had over 500 yards. If you're just talking offensive personnel, when it's healthy, it's the best offensive personnel in the league with Cincinnati.
Number 6.
Seattle. They've won 5 of 6. Offensive line is healthy. Here's what I love, though. Anybody notice Russell Wilson in the pocket in the last couple of weeks? It's like, I don't know if the light went on. Maybe he's getting more time. Last 3 games, he's thrown for 11 touchdowns. Okay, that's not the Russell Wilson that won the Super Bowl. So if he's adding that dimension to his game, watch out. They're the only team in the NFL to rank top 5 in yards per play for and yards per play against. Seattle at 6.
Number 5.
Cincinnati. Listen, their defensive line is unbelievable. It accounts for 28.5 of their 32 sacks. It's an unbelievable defensive line. Reggie Nelson, safety, 7 picks. All sorts of talent. But in the end, they're going to win in Foxborough? You trust them? Going to win in Denver? Listen, this is what it is. I can't see Andy Dalton hoisting a Lombardi trophy. I've had nightmares about this. So I have Cincinnati's great roster at 5.
Number 4.
And I think Denver's slightly better. I think they're the only team in the NFL to have sacked the opposing quarterback 40 times this year. You know, football to me is pretty simple. Protect your quarterback and get theirs. They have end rushers, interior rushers. They have good special teams. And Brock Osweiler, you know, you can say what you want about Brock Osweiler, but that running game now has been fortified because you have to be honest against them. I think Denver can win the Super Bowl. Number 4.
Number 3.
I knocked the Patriots down to 3. Here's their trouble spot. Their receivers can't catch. They have the most drops in the NFL. God, do they need Gronk back. I mean, listen, when Edelman's not there and when Gronk's not there, it's not the same football team. Their efficiency, they just drop the football. And now they have averaged almost 3 points per drive. That's the best in the NFL. And that's with some injuries. So they're still, to me, a near Super Bowl favorite.
Number 2.
I liked Arizona 2 months ago, and I still love them. They have the NFL's top scoring offense, third down offense. They go 3 and out, just 13% of their drives, almost the best in the NFL. Carson Palmer's upright. There's such a symmetry between Carson Palmer. You know what I like more, though? They do make their mistakes, but you know what I like about Arizona? This is what I like about Pittsburgh. They are aggressive. I mean, they throw the ball over the top and down the field. That's why I can't buy like a Kansas City. I just can't buy a Kansas City. You got to throw the ball over the top. And Arizona has no problem doing that.
Number 1.
Listen, I know it's a sexy pick now. Like, if you don't say Cam's the MVP, you're a bad guy, and I think he is the MVP. I don't know if we are giving this team – have you seen how many points they're scoring? First of all, they lead the NFL with 29 takeaways. They just take the ball away from you. Like, remember what the toughest kid did in like, junior high? He just took the toys away from you. That's your toy. Give it to me. I want to be on the swing. I'm going on the swing. That's intimidating. They take the ball away from you. 29 times leads the NFL. They force the lowest passer rating in the NFL. We're going to make your good quarterback struggle. And they average, this is an amazing stat, they average almost 18 minutes time of possession in the second half. You want to know why? They wear you out in the trenches. I think Carolina against anybody, including New England, a healthy New England, I think I'd pick Carolina to win the Super Bowl.